Welcome to English Podcasts. Relax and enjoy your listening practice.
So, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you want to do everything at the same time? Learn a new language, start a business, read 10 books, exercise, travel, and in the end, you finish almost nothing?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I think a lot of curious people have this problem. When you have many interests, life becomes exciting, but also a little chaotic.
Exactly. At first, it feels great. You discover new topics, new hobbies, new ideas. But after some time, your attention is divided, and suddenly it becomes very hard to focus on one thing.
Right, and the problem isn't the interests themselves. Being curious is actually a great advantage. The real problem is trying to give equal attention to everything.
That's a good point. I once heard a simple rule. You can do anything, but not everything at the same time.
I like that. It sounds obvious, but many people forget it. If you want real progress, you need to choose a priority.
So how do you choose? That's the difficult part. Imagine you love writing, programming, photography, and fitness. Which one should you focus on?
Well, one helpful idea is to ask yourself a simple question. Which interest will have the biggest impact on my life right now?
Ah, that makes sense, because your priorities can change depending on your situation.
Exactly. For example, if you want to change your career, learning programming might be more important than learning photography right now.
But that doesn't mean you have to abandon your other interests forever.
Not at all. You're just putting them on pause for a while. Think of it like seasons. In one season, you focus on one main project.
I like that idea. It removes the pressure of choosing something for the rest of your life.
Yes, because many people feel afraid of commitment. They think, if I choose this, I will lose all the other possibilities.
But actually, the opposite is true. When you focus deeply on one thing, you develop skills faster.
Exactly. And once you reach a good level, you can move to another interest much more confidently.
Another problem is distraction. When you have many interests, you're always tempted by something new.
Oh, yes, the classic situation. You start learning guitar, then you see a video about learning Japanese, and suddenly the guitar is forgotten.
And then next week, you want to start a podcast or learn video editing.
Exactly. The brain loves novelty. New things feel exciting, but they also destroy consistency.
So one useful strategy is to create a parking list.
A parking list?
Yes, every time you get a new idea or interest, instead of starting it immediately, you write it down on a list.
Oh, that's smart. So the idea is saved, but it doesn't interrupt your current focus.
Exactly. And later, maybe in a few months, you can review the list and choose the next project.
That also helps you see which interests are temporary and which ones really matter to you.
Right. Some ideas feel exciting for a day, and then you completely forget them.
Another trick is time blocking. You choose specific time periods for specific activities.
For example,
For example, maybe during the week you focus only on your main goal, like learning programming, but on weekends you allow yourself to explore other interests.
that sounds like a good balance. Focus with a little freedom.
Exactly, because the goal is not to eliminate curiosity. Curiosity is powerful.
The goal is to give that curiosity structure.
Yes, when your interests have structure, they become a source of energy instead of distraction.
So, if we summarize, having many interests is not a weakness,
Not at all. It can actually be a huge strength.
but the key is choosing one main direction at a time.
And remembering that you can return to the others later.
So maybe the real skill is not choosing just one interest.
But learning how to focus on the right one at the right moment.
I like that. Focus is not about limiting yourself.
It's about giving your attention a clear direction.
All right, and that's a good place to wrap up today's discussion.
Yes, and if you're listening to this and thinking, that's exactly my problem, maybe today is the perfect moment to choose just one thing to focus on.
Start small, stay consistent, And remember, your other interests are not disappearing anywhere.
Exactly. They're just waiting for their season.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.
See you next time.